Now, there are 6 major shifts that you have to make in order to master e-commerce to a point where you're able to close your eyes, build a store, run Facebook ads, and get results. And the first shift is called subjective to objective. The problem is you're a subjective researcher in a subjective environment. You don't know how to design and set up your online store correctly to convert visitors into paying customers. You don't know how to pick the correct products that have a solid chance turning into a winner. You're constantly trying different things with your advertising because you don't know what would work. And all this confusion and doubt is taking the fun out of the creative process. Now, think of this as a feedback loop. You have your online website, you have the product, you have the advertising creative, you have the Facebook ad strategy, and lastly, there's analyzing the data. If you're a subjective researcher and you don't know if your online store is good, you don't know if you're picking the right product, you don't know if your advertising creative will get you results, you don't have a defined Facebook ad strategy, you have no way of analyzing the data, this feedback loop is going to break. And you'll never know why you're not getting any results or any sales whatsoever. And this is a horrible feedback loop. Now, the solution is you want to become an objective researcher in an objective environment. You want to ruthlessly optimize and critique your process. You want to close the endless feedback loop. You want to follow a step-by-step blueprint that has been proven with hundreds of students. You want to be applying multivariate learning where you can watch each step done again and again in 5+ different scenarios. And the second transformation is learner to expert. The problem is you're stuck in the learner or trying to figure it out level. You can't find a profitable winning e-commerce product. No matter what you do, you don't have the skill set to achieve that profitable online business that you have in your head. When you show people your online store, deep down you know something's off. And you feel like you're 90% there, but the last 10% is the most difficult code to crack. My experience. Now, I knew I had more skill and talent than most of my online business friends, but I still couldn't figure out what they were doing. I heavily relied on YouTube, tips and tricks, and offhand information. And I thought I just needed to get better at design of Facebook ads. But I finally got serious about e-commerce and I cracked the code. Eventually, I was able to achieve my goal of building that profitable online business that I had in my head. Now, what was the solution? You really want to take a hard look at the information that you're consuming. Question yourself. Has this strategy been proven to work for others, or has it just been able to work once for that one guru? Is the information up to date? You'll want to follow a specific roadmap and stop playing the guessing game. It's not about the tools, it's how you use the tools. You want to actually properly learn product research and online marketing. And you want to obtain laser eyes that allows you to analyze any store, any product, any set of data you're given. The third transformation is puzzled to progress. So the problem is you have no way of getting live feedback on your store, creative, and Facebook data. You have tons of information, but you have no idea what is right and what is wrong. You don't have a multivariate number of examples for what your store should look like, what your advertising process should be, and a bunch of different case study on what to do in different situations based on the given data for when you went ahead and applied it yourself. You feel like there's a missing puzzle piece that's actually keeping you from the success you're actually trying to achieve. And this keeps you from finally achieving the results you're looking for. Think of this as a flywheel. First, you start by researching and finding your winning product. Then you go ahead and build your store. Then you start selling your products from your store. Then you start learning how to advertise. And then you start scaling your advertisements. If you go ahead and don't know how to scale your product, then you'll struggle with the advertising. If you struggle with the advertising, you won't be able to sell your product. If you won't be able to sell your product, then you're going to have to tweak up the building of your store. And if you tweak up the building of your store, you have to have the right product to test in the first place. Hence, the whole flywheel effect will break. Hence, you need ability for a team and community to take a look at every single step of the way. Someone that can take a look at your scaling so you could push back on that and fix up your advertising, push back on your advertising to fix up your selling, push back on your selling to fix up your building, and fix up your building in order to push back your research. So the solution is join a community where you can actually get pushback on your store building to advertising process. Use that community to constantly improve. Utilize multivariate learning from 100+ different stores and ads to see the solution to your very exact problem. Study from hundreds of examples in order to develop your own unique store and products. Take your online store and use an advertising strategy that has been proven to work to actually get sales. The third transformation is understanding why you fail while others succeed. So the problem is you're not being able to make money in the online industry. You have a hard time creating your store and ads, and you're unable to obtain any sales. You're stuck at $1,000 per month if you're lucky, and most likely you probably have gotten 0 sales. You don't know how to get sales from your online marketing, and this leaves you questioning if you can ever make a living doing what you love. I was stuck in the exact same problem. Take me for example. Back in the day, I was guessing all the time. I was confused by the 100+ contradicting strategies that claim to work online. This person was teaching me this strategy, this person was teaching me that strategy, test with PPE, test with conversions, start with view content, then optimize for add to cart. Everyone's teaching me a bunch of different things, and I just ended up being confused. I was spending 8 hours per day watching YouTube videos. On top of that, I was spending another 8 hours a day testing and applying what I learned. I spent $5,000 plus testing 10 different advertising strategies, testing over 70 different products. What I should have done is I should have invested my time into learning the right product research strategy. I should have invested my time into learning the right advertising strategy. I should have invested my time into learning the right KPIs, teaching me how to kill and scale ad sets. If I'd done so, I would have saved 16 hours per day, times that by 6 months, that is 3,000 hours. I would have saved $500 multiplied by 10 different advertising strategies. That is $5,000. And I would have avoided the mental hardship and loneliness I had to go through doing this all on my own, leading me to nearly giving up. I could have followed a proven blueprint where I only needed to probably take 30 days, spend 2 to 3 hours a day, and probably only invest $750 to $2,000. Whereas instead I used my time. I put in 6 months worth of time, 16-hour days, and I ended up blowing $5,000 just in testing. This $5,000 could have been much, much less if I just followed and invested into a proven blueprint. The solution: follow a multivariate proven blueprint. You want to replicate a strategy that has worked for a multivariate number of people. You want to save your time and money learning a product research and advertising strategy they can see working for a multivariate number of people. You want to join a community that can push back on your processes, making sure you're always being pivoted in the right direction every time you go off track. You want to focus on the creative process rather than spending time trying to make up your own blueprint, which I had to do. And you want to combine the multivariate case studies to develop your own process. The fifth transformation is getting over information paralysis. This is something that occurs to a lot of people. Once you learn everything, you're paralyzed from actually starting. You don't know where to start and you don't seem to have the motivation to start. You're not in the right mindset to take action, and you don't feel like you're cut out to be the entrepreneur that you thought you were. I've been there. I felt the exact same way. I spent hours consuming information. I even created an online store using Shopify's free trial. And then I started questioning myself. Why would anyone buy from my store? It doesn't even look that good. Like, why wouldn't they just go ahead and buy the same product from somewhere else? I started doubting myself. I was paralyzed. I didn't want to start. I didn't want to spend money on Facebook ads. Then I realized almost all of it was in my head. I stopped struggling with information paralysis and started believing that my store could grow into something big and something that can be long term. So what was the solution? You want to build out your own life affirmation booklet that you read every day. You want to build out a daily routine, something that you went ahead and plan your day-to-day, every single hour of the day. You plan everything out. You write out what you're grateful for, what are the 5 things you need to get done, what will make tomorrow great, what are your current projects, and really put together an end of day review. You want to talk about your struggles as a beginner within a community of like-minded individuals. You want to gamify the learning experience in order to keep you motivated. You want to accept rewards as you achieve certain action items. The last transformation is mindless to mentor. So the problem with this is doing it alone is extremely difficult. You could probably figure it all out, but you'll make a ton of mistakes. Mistakes take you longer to achieve your goals and takes away all the motivation. This leaves you searching for someone to help. You could probably figure it all out, but you're gonna make a ton of mistakes. Now, the best way to get where you want to be is leverage. You wanna stand on other people's shoulder to get to where you want to go. You wanna leverage other people's pain and experience to shortcut your path. And the fastest way to success is to follow the path of people who have gone before you. Do not think what or how, but who. Find someone to mentor you. Study and follow everything they have to say. Implement their experience and personalized advice. Get where you want to go faster. Now at this point, you have two options. The first, you could go ahead and do this alone. Now this is going to take much longer. You're going to feel the emotional pain. You're going to remain stuck and maybe even go back to doing this as a ludicrous dream that you're trying to figure out, but it's not really working, and you're going to be telling your friends, I'm still trying to figure it out 5 years later. Or we can do this together. If you go ahead and do this together, you'll be able to get where you want to go faster. Make less mistakes, which means losing less money. Make significant process every day and have a ton of fun doing it. So if you're smart and you go with option 2, this is what you can expect when it comes to results and speed. First week, we're going to put together your own personal affirmation booklet together, start building out your daily routine, and help you with the right mindset exercises so you're in the right headspace to crush it. Week 2, we're going to help you overcome the secret of building the perfect online store. Take your creative ideas and turn them into practical steps. Step 3, develop the right environment and eye that is completely lasered and dialed in to find a winning product, giving you a custom blueprint for you to follow when it comes to finding your very own winning product. Week 4. This is when you should have had 10 plus products already uploaded to your store by starting to improve on your product pages by allowing me and the community to push back on your store design. By week 5, we're going to help you become a master at advertising creatives. We'll help you build your own viral advertisement. And by now, you'll probably have 20 plus products already uploaded on your store. By week 6, you're going to become a master at Facebook advertising. Build out your very own Facebook campaign, getting access to our custom templates and custom tools to help you with this process. Week 7, this is where we go ahead and jump on the screen sharing calls where I can see your screen, you can see my screen. We're working together as if we're side by side, and I help you understand how to read the Facebook data, and you'll be able to understand all the analytics. You'll understand what the CPC is, what the cost per add to cart is, the conversion value, what all those numbers mean, and how it's all connected by week 7. Week 8, we'll walk you through by teaching you how to go ahead and fulfill the online sales that you're now getting and helping you handle the customer service. Week 9, by now you should have hundreds of sales on your store, and we'll teach you the secret to scaling Facebook ads, setting up your custom audiences so you could remarket to them, and showing you how to go ahead and utilize Facebook lookalike audiences. In week 10, automation, never work again. Learn how to find, hire, and train virtual assistants. In week 11, build out a sustainable income generation machine and achieve expert level status within the e-commerce industry. Solidify this machine of yours to something that's going to constantly passively generate income, and it's only going to grow over time as you build out your e-commerce brand. And that's just the first few weeks. So if this sounds like you and you want to learn how to build your very own profitable online business and make a full-time living selling what you love, being able to hire your family and friends to help you out to grow this amazing machine of yours, and do this within the next 30 days with me and my team's help, let's talk. What I want to do is get on a 45-minute call with you. Now this is either going to be a video or audio call. It's super easy, whatever you choose. And what we're going to do on this call is we're going to accurately diagnose your situation and where you're at with your e-commerce experience and see if what we do will actually work for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to map out a specific plan for you. You'll be talking with one of these guys and they've been through this and they're ready to meet you. Now, who is this for? For complete beginners, online store owners, struggling advertisers who are currently spending at least 1 to 2 hours per day on their online business. People who know their way around the internet. People who believe they have what it takes to build and start their own online business. People who are great at using technology, learning, following steps, but can't nail down building a successful online business. And it's for those who are serious about their dreams and business and those who are willing to have skin in the game. So if you're really serious about stepping up your game and really starting that online business that is profitable and scalable, or even just start up by building a store that you can go ahead and get your family and friends to purchase items from, I want to chat with you. We usually normally do these calls straight up for $500, but we're going to do this free for you just because you sat through this training. For the next 4 days, we've blocked this out. Me and my team is going to come up with a specific blueprint and roadmap mapping out your future, whether you work with us or not. Look at your store, get your numbers, have you made any sales, see how long you've been trying, see what strategies you've been using, and we're gonna unpack it all and give you a specific game plan, completely for free. Like, this is an amazing deal and we usually don't offer this, and it's only limited for the next 4 days. And if we can't work with you, we'll just tell you, because we only wanna work with a specific amount of dedicated students. Hence, we have such a high retention rate and a high success rate. Either way, you're gonna get a free strategy session. If we can't work with you, you can go ahead and go your way, and it will be the most valuable 45 minutes that you spend on your business and yourself. So what I want you to do is click down below, schedule a time, fill out the survey. So book in a call right now with me and my team, and I'll see you on the call.